Okay, live stream starting. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this situation because considering that I wasn't able to live stream due to connection issues, I decided to go into a lower quality. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, about this low quality stream. Considering what's going on, my connection isn't going to be really well. Considering that this has been for a while, I guess I better go ahead and tell you guys I've been busy with work, real life stuff. Been really busy. Considering what's going on, I'm just going to go ahead and discuss some things at hand because I wasn't able to discuss the issue that was really going on. And the fact that people haven't been able to discuss these things. I'm going to go ahead and redo the title. It's called "And Then They Came for the Anime." Because a lot of people have been discussing this issue. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about some things and see what's going on. I'm sorry that this is going to be a low quality stream because my connection isn't going to be that good. A lot of people have been talking about this situation, especially what's going on. There's been a lot of things that happened, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys the situation because right now you may have heard that the news right now. I'm going to go ahead and post it up right now because everyone's talking about this, and this is something that just hit right now, and I'm going to show you. Here we go. Senran Kagura, producer, explains why he left Marvelous Games and teases his future. And this is by Twin Infinity. You can check their website out. The popular Senran Kagura producer Kenichiro Taki announced that he is leaving Marvelous Entertainment. He talked about his decision and his future in a long interview on Weekly Famitsu. Taki-san explains that the main reason behind leaving Marvelous can be found the new regulations related to sexy imagery that have become a big topic since last year. Things have changed in the past. Have been hearing this is not okay, this is not good, either maybe it isn't okay. For a while, at some point last year, he felt like the rope was pulled so much that it snapped it, and asked whether those regulations have made an impact on development. Taki-san answered, despite his limited staff time and money, he always did his best to create games where could be were as good as possible, yet having creativity limited to what hurts the most. While some criticized the sexy content, many enjoyed it and have some support for Senran Kagura's series. Taki-san believes that this is the kind of diversity increases the appeal to gaming industry as a whole, and the fact that it was so easy to tear apart and became a chance for him to think. He included welcomes regulations and restrictions that protect specific genres and demographics. However, the current trend has been crushing while he tried to come up with ideas. What can be done in the current situation is really something that can be called Senran Kagura. It's really that fans want, especially the situation. And this is kind of sad too, because this is something that I do feel bad about because he has made this series very popular. So Taki-san continues to mention that while sexy imagery in Senran Kagura is more than less than 10 to 20% as a whole, looking at it from the point of view the worldwide standards, it's seen as sexual and painful to be judged like that. He's now 42 years old, and he's asking himself, what will I do in 10 years? There may not be much time left for him to operate in front lines of the game development, and with that fact, he got married and had a daughter. he started to think, what do I want to do? Of course, he wants to create games with beautiful girls, but he also wants to do things he had been passionate about since his childhood, like high fantasy. So far, he has not been blessed with this opportunity. Asked whether he wants to create games. Let's see here. Okay. Because this is kind of sad. And really, it is kind of sad to hear this. Because really, the guy actually put out a good franchise, which I do feel bad about. Is like this guy, and I kind of feel bad that if it's going to be that long for him to do that, he feels like he has a chance to work in a different way. Relationship with Marvelous is very good. The staff surrounding him, made of good people, really appreciate the position and salary, but after he would like to pursue his childhood dream despite the fact that distancing himself from his work so far something so painful that he cannot explain with words. Excuse me. In order to pursue his dream, he will work at Cygames, where he could create games for home console. That being said, Taki-san isn't completely cutting ties with Senran Kagura series. He mentioned that he will still work on it for a while, and surely he will finish the new titles that are in the work for the franchise. While he may inconvenience the people around him, he wants to be involved. He has been working for quite a while on multiple games to parallel to 2 to 3 years in advance without any breaks. He hopes both companies understand his selfish desire. The service of the mobile title Shinobi Master Senran Kagura New Link will of course continue the development operations as well established. The game will continue to thrive. Staff that loves the Senran Kagura series is working on the game, so Taki-san expects that that they will bring the new taste and attraction. Regarding Senran Kagura 7 Even is supposed to bring the straightforward evolution of the series, but the path of the parallel instruction may take some time, maybe a while. The worldwide trends will work again, and he has some hopes that he will take the time, and meanwhile he will work on those parts that aren't a problem. For instance, he'll be working on the characters and story for those elements. In the past games that either staples the series should evolve without being revolutionized. Either he or someone else will one day finish. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. But I do feel bad because this guy probably doesn't deserve to lose his career over this. And it's obvious that this is something that has been talked about a lot. Because right now, you know, he really, really likes this series. And it's a shame that he's getting censored for this. That's being said, Taki-san promises that things as Senran Kagura without sexy content doesn't exist. It wouldn't be Senran Kagura at all. In the matter of fact, with the limitations, he feels that he wants to research more than ever that it can be done with sexy gags. He wonders why people are trying so hard to clamp on the sexy fun that one can laugh at, and he can understand the trend that's spiraling towards a humorless, boring, stuffy world. Yeah, I kind of agree with him. How's it going? I know Kenshiro Taki started creating new game and forgot the name, but he said that he had left Senran Kagura behind. I guess I think this is probably why he's trying. I think it's kind of a PR thing. Who is this guy? He's the creator of. He's the creator of Senran Kagura. He's like the producer. The popular series like Kenshiro Takakai. Kenichiro Takakai. That's his name. And that's what's going on right now. Like, a lot of people are discussing this topic because this just came in And I do feel bad because this is something that remake or whatever. Yeah, Singing Car versus Neptunia is a great, simply good action battle game. Cutscenes, yeah. Type of Moon will never censor. Yeah, and that's kind of what's going on right now. That Singing Kaga is being will be censored. Let's put it this way: after reminiscing 2 years of Marvelous, which he joined in 2006 when the Nintendo DS released, the PS2 was still a thing. Taka-san talked more about the projects he's aiming to work a part of his new job inside games. He's yearning for a game that he has been envisioned since he was a child. I wonder what that game is. Taka-san will work with both director and producer. He wants to be able to put his full power into the projects. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Taka-san explains that he's always been a fan of the famous mangaka Go Nagi. Comparing his work to Nagi-san today, he's making things like Henicho Gokin, the future that he would like to create something like Devilman or things like the magazine or anime. Oh, that's nice. I would love to see him do like something like Magazine or Z or something like that. That would be cool with Devilman in it. That's pretty cool. I'm just trying to skip through this because it's kind of sad that he quit, that he left Marvelous Entertainment because Marvelous for Psy Games. I know what Psy Games is. They're not well known for. They make like the cheapest games ever, and from what I understand. Psy Games, let me see if I can look them up because I know that Psy Games is a Japanese video game development studio established in 2011 by Cyber Agent, mobile e-commerce company. DNA acquired by 24% of the stakes. They're really good. They're somewhat known for the Grand Blue Fantasy, Princess Dive Reconnect. Now, let me see. Rage of Baphomet. I think that's another one they did. Grand Blue Fantasy series. And right now they're releasing. They're known for the Idolmaster series. That's what Psy Games is known for. And they're also known for Princess Connect. That's pretty much what they're known for. That's what their games are, according to the information I'm looking at right now. And I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Because it's kind of sad that this happened because it's a really good series. I actually played one of the games from Singing Kaga. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's actually an okay game. Tsutsumi remake score in Japan. Sinra score is 7.5 out of 7. Yeah, that's about true. Yeah, that's about true. Yeah, it is true. I will agree with you on that. Tsutsumi remake score is 2 in Japan, while Sinra is a 7.5 because it does have a cult following. I do agree with you on some level of it. It is a really good series, but not as big as you would expect it to be. But I can understand. But here's the thing: they're trying to censor the sexiness out of the game. Taki-san mentions now that he isn't the only producer in Singing Kaga's series. He's working alongside those who have been involved in previous games as assistant producer. Let's see here. While he will leave a small details of Marvelous to take care of, he will continue to be Big Boobs producer. Editor note, actually, Taki-san official work title printed in the business card. I can personally testify to this. He actually is surprised that this title has become widely recognized, even known overseas. At first, the company wasn't sure about that, but it wasn't very well known. He wanted to be something interesting and catchy. Of course, it used to be a bit embarrassing, as you can imagine how it could be that seen by your mom or your friends. It's really funny. Takasaki is actually very proud of it. And now completely strangers can say, "Oh, that dude with the boobs." So, pretty much that's what's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do the next thing, because I was looking up another thing called Bella. The New York Post talked about this, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the article by Bella. Here it is. Here's the article, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the article, because I gotta close. Let's see here. Here's the article. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the article, because a lot of people are discussing this article. And this article is kind of strange, though, because it's a little bit more than what I would expect. In Japan, anime universe Bella seeks to rewrite the script on female power. Tokyo. In her life in rural Japan, Suzusa is a freckled and shy 17-year-old girl who's self-conscious about her looks and has lost her will to play music after her mom's death. But in the virtual world known as You, she transformed into Bella, an enchanted global pop star with flowing pink hair and mesmerized facial designs that resemble freckles. Which is... I actually saw the trailer of this. This is like a rendition of Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I can understand, because that's like... Is it me that it seems like boring drama anime? Yeah. But this is actually a rendition of Beauty and the Beast, because I looked at the trailer of this. It's actually a rendition of Beauty and the Beast. That's basically what it is. It's kind of like they're trying to be Disney in a way. Because it's like a modern day Disney. That's pretty much what's going on. And this is what they said. Yeah, you heard my Life from Villainous coming out in visual novel game December, while Demon Slayer could be blockbuster millions copies. Huh, I didn't know that. Interesting. There's own a spin onto it. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and point out something here. The film message. This is what bothered me about this article. The animated film Bella hit Japan while it makes its U.S. debut in New York Film Festival on September 25th. It also carries artistic rebellion. The film's message of female empowerment has gained attention for flipping the script on anime, Japan's signature style of animated movies and graphic novels. Is often portrays girls and women as weak and vicarious hypersexualized. Oh my god. Moral panic situation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to go ahead and say this, guys. This is something I'm going to explain, because they obviously never heard of animes like I'm going to go ahead and point out something, because I think this article forgot to mention there's a genre called shoujo that doesn't always hypersexualize women, and that's the problem, because I've seen shoujo animes before, and I've seen animes that are a mixture of that. Like, I believe there's Josie, I believe that's what it's called, which is, translates to, Josie's like mature woman, while shoujo's like young woman. And the fact that this person never watched shoujo anime is trying to insert their ideology into the whole thing. Yeah, I do agree, Katana. They are sort of the shoujo type of series about, but it's more Josie than shoujo. because Josie kind of represents that. And I kind of looked at that and I wonder why. Because I looked at this and I'm just like, okay, this is something that needs to be addressed. Totally ignores the actual well-written women in Major Makoto Kusanagi, Ghost in the Shell, Pris from Bubblegum Crisis. That I can agree with. That I can agree with on many levels. Because this anime, like, there is a genre. Like, there's Captor Card Sakura. There's like a anime called Glass Mask. Like, that has been remade several times. Because I remember there was that is a very popular series. It's been around since 1976, and they had like several dramas. Like original animation, they had a 3-episode series, and then they had a television series that they brought back. Because this series was around, like, I believe. Let me see. They had this. Let me look at this, because this is another example. This is the anime called Glass Mask, and this was around since, like, the manga was around in the 70s, and then they made a TV series in the 80s, and then they made a television drama, and I do believe they made a Korean version of it, that drama, but renamed it as something else. They brought out an OVA series from the 90s. Then they brought out a television series in 2016. This is how popular this series is. Glass Mask happens to be a very popular series. You're more welcome to come in if you guys want to jump in on the discussion about this, because I would like to hear from you guys, because it's kind of obvious that I need to really talk about this. And you're more welcome to come in. Let me see if I could get this screen. Yeah, because I'm just trying to figure out something here. Because I'm just trying to. I'm sorry for the low quality here. It's just that there's a lot of things. I gotta mention Leon Ozazuki from Dominion Tank Police and Nozomi Uzomi from Pat Labor. Hell, no one wasn't even sexualized in that anime. It doesn't stop Rule 34, though. That's true. I'll agree with you, Matt. That's kind of what it is. Like, I don't know why anyone in their right mind would do that, because it's kind of obvious that they kind of don't. And I do remember Escaflowne is another example, because I never really considered Escaflowne. Escaflowne, like, that anime was very popular. Like, remember this anime? Remember this? Escaflowne, like, this anime was very popular back in the early 90s, I believe. And I do recall this anime was brought out and actually had a leading protagonist, which was a female woman. And it was actually a really popular anime. It was like a magical, like, mecha fantasy anime. And this woman was teleported to another world to save another home. And I thought it was a really good series, because I actually have the box set. I haven't been able to get the movie, but I might just buy the movie. It's a really good series. It doesn't try to sexualize the main female character in the series, and I never really considered her sexualized in the anime, because when I watched that series, it was actually a really good series, and I don't know why anyone in their right mind. Yeah, and it's one of the best ones ever made, and it's kind of obvious that it seems that people seem to forget that anime exists. Like, the person that wrote this article has no clue that there are animes that exist long before even attempting to tell a tale about female characters. And that's the issue that I have with this article, because they tend to disrespect the issue by inserting their ideology into the whole discussion on this, talking about, because this is what they said: anime has the power to create and break gender stereotypes, which is true. But they also try to bring up Sagawa said that there's much more room for improvement, including there needs to be more women and LGBTQ directors. And I'm like, okay. There's more positive portrayals of LGBTQ characters and issues in works that pose questions about social problems, with the rise in more diverse directors and anime decision makers, in hopes that more change will come, Sagawa said. There's a genre called Yao and Yuri, and yet they're continuously trying to... Yeah, and this is kind of what I hate about this article, because they kind of mention this, and I'm just like, look, this is kind of suspect of me of being skeptical of what this person had wrote. And this is by Michelle Yi Lee and Julia Mio Inoma, or that's how you pronounce it. And it's like, I don't know. It seems like, to me, it sounds kind of suspect. This person is trying to insert their politics into the whole argument. And I don't mind animes with that type of intentions to tell a story. I seen animes with that type of intention to tell a good story with a female character. And this one I already seen the trailer for this. It's basically a rendition of Beauty and the Beast. Basically a girl that's popular online. And I think it's a really good story. But I don't know. It seems that some people are trying to hype up this anime as some idea to make it more into the mainstream, which is already mainstream. I can understand that this guy wants to put out a good movie. I'm not going to try to shit on this movie. But at the same time, it is eye-catching. I know that this person's intentions is to make a good film. And the fact that this person wants to make a good film to attract a lot of people to watch it, which is fine. I'm all for it. But the thing is that bothers me about it is that this person's writing an article trying to insert their politics into it. That's the issue that I have with this article, because it sounds like to me the person's trying to say that, because I don't believe that what he said in this article is true. Because I looked up a lot of the stuff that she mentions. Especially, she mentioned something about from the Disney princess, Marvel superheroes, and anime pop music, creators across the genres are rethinking how to portray women and girls with agency and dignity, and show being imperfect and beautiful too. The global movements such as Me Too have also underscored the sense of common purpose. Hasana said he hopes to draw attention to the ways that Japanese animation has shaped the public perception of women and girls, what it means to be beautiful and powerful. The exploitation has been justified over the notion that it's happening in fantasy world and such and not in reality, but such a truly... Yeah, shut up. This is getting me on my own. Yeah, I know, and I apologize for that. But this is kind of what this person is saying in the article. The perceptions of connecting will influence the reality, he added. It slipped into coffee in his office, decorated and posted. I don't even think this is his own words. I think they kind of... I think this person tried to take advantage of what he said in that article. Japanese animation, which includes anime and manga, is among the country's biggest cultural experts and has become popularized by digital streaming services. It's also television, for Christ's sakes. But the problematic female representation in anime, especially in television shows aimed at men, have been concerned for gender equality advocates, such as depictions of both overt, exaggerating breasts and barely clothed. Yeah, that's their issue. That's their issue with it. And I'm just like, oh, God. That's it. I'm getting me a mallet. I know, this is kind of sad because this is like the thing that I'm kind of upset about. And this is what's really upsetting about this. And I'm just like, okay, the recent years, directors such as Hosono sought to challenge the views of Japanese society can devalue women, said Eiko Sugagawa, professor of Japan's Yokohama National University Specialization of Studies. Now, I tried to look her up. Now, let's look her up because I do recall looking her up on the interwebs. Let me see. Gender equality is 5. Like the researchers details research. Faculty of Urban Innovation Division of Innovation Professor, Cultural Studies, Anime and Manga, Gender Studies, Audience, Fan Studies. Let's see here. Keyword animation, culture, women's manga in Asia, beyond. Okay. So, most of her stuff is in 2002. Christ, even the feminazis are infecting Japan too. Nothing scarce anymore. Yeah. Graduated in schools in 2006, 1997. Man, this lady's pretty old. Let's see here. Warwick and University of Chicago. Okay, Humanities Division. Campus, Yokohama National University of Urban Innovation. Let's see, affiliations. Society of Cinema Studies. Associated Asian Studies. Japan Society of Animation Studies. Let's see here. Books. Content of Tourism, Pop Culture, Fandom, Translational Tourism Experience. Okay, Content, Tourism of Pop Culture, Fandom. Animating the Spiritual Journeys of Transformations. Line Campaigning of Gender and Japanese Culture. Let's see. This is kind of what it is. Like, yeah, this is pretty much they're infecting academia as well, and you can tell that they're infecting academia. It's no surprise here. Like, this is kind of suspect. And anime has the power to create break gender stereotypes. Yes, it does. There are now more positive portrayals of LGBTQ characters, and the issue that works or pose questions about social problems, and the rise of more diverse directors. Oh boy, this is kind of obvious that they're inserting their ideology into the article, and you could tell that they've been doing this for a while. This is kind of suspect here. And yeah, this is kind of crazy because it's weird how they're doing this, and they're trying to sell this to the masses. Like, you're really trying to kill the anime movie so that people won't watch this. Because keep this in mind, I'm not trying to disrespect this person's article. I'm just telling them, look, what you're doing there kind of is suspect. I'm not down with that crap. And you could tell what they were doing in that article was kind of strange. Let's see here. Let me look up something here because I know that there's been some interesting news that popped up. Let's see. let's see here, because I'm trying to look up something. Oh, yeah. I did talk about Kson. For those who don't know, Kson happens to be a VTuber slash YouTuber. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this and explain something that happened. So I'm just going to be nice about this because this is hilarious. Crossfight. I'll follow it. What the hell? So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this because this is something that you guys don't know. Kson happens to be a VTuber. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about this situation with you guys because the fact that anyone who recognizes her, let me see, Kson, let me look it up. Kson. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys because this is the news that happened, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the news right now. This is something that happened, and I'm going to go ahead and show you why Kson was canceled. I hate when that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and show you from a content creator known as False ID.
Whether real or virtual, political turmoil can affect any of us. Even Kson at Kson on Air.
Did you guys get my message? Boing, 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 bye bye. That's my message.
The indie virtual talent that has now hit 879,000 YouTube subscribers, receiving fan artwork along the way, such as this piece coming from Isaka saying the wave was nice too, as well as this illustration from Nice T at Nice T Snow, giving us this Kumacho figure, complete with Adidas bag and fruit sushi. And with success like that, major sponsorships can become available, such as from indie game publisher Playism. And for more on this, we now turn to our correspondent ID. Thank you, False. Yes, coming up on September 25th, we have here the Playism Game Show Premium Edition, a live event to be hosted on both YouTube as well as Chinese video sharing site Bilibili, with Playism confirming here that Kson will be attending as a host, or at least that was the case until Playism's Chinese branch had sent this apology to Bilibili, with this translation coming by way of Fairy Frozen, a mod on the virtual YouTuber subreddit. The message reads, "Our sincere apologies. P-chan only received the list of performers' names this morning and did not know that K is a certain performer who had previously changed their name, in this case a VTuber identity, before reading everyone's comments. This incident has nothing to do with our event's rebroadcasting partners, that of course being YouTube and Bilibili. It is our company that was unaware of individuals that are no-go in China. We sincerely apologize for causing everyone to feel uneasy. To prevent that, they will be immediately replaced by another performer. We'll be reviewing this incident internally. Going forward, we'll learn and be better aware of what can and cannot be broadcasted." Yes, that meaning that Playism's Chinese branch had sent out this message, canceling the attendance of Kson to this event, saying that they were not aware of this talent's past, as this VTuber's past identity had been thrown into a highly political situation that had made this particular talent controversial among Chinese viewers. Kson being banned from this event was then met with even more backlash, leading the English Playism account to create a 23-tweet thread saying, as we feel you guys deserve more than just a general apology, and let's be honest, what a lot of people are just going to assume is some, quote, crappy excuse, I'd like to speak a bit more frankly and directly with everyone for a minute. Playism account would go on to say, we screwed up, and we basically jumped the gun and published our event lineup before everything had been 100% confirmed, equating this mistake and its fallout to a Three's Company level misunderstanding to a Rick and Morty level situation, saying also, due to the circumstances surrounding this whole thing, we fully get how people jump to conclusions like this was some sort of politically related screw up. Going on to say further, okay, now this is the part that just may get me fired. I'm going to make a judgment call and go a bit maverick here and touch on the apology that was posted about 24 hours ago. An apology was posted to a Chinese SNS last night. This was indeed from our official account on said SNS. Unfortunately, this was the second big screw up we made. Again, not because we regretted it later, but because frankly, this post was made 100% without permission. Upon realizing that people were getting extremely upset over our first mistake, an employee who was in charge of managing our account on said SNS basically freaked out. Unable to immediately contact their superior in another country, they took it upon themselves to say the first thing they could think of in a very misguided attempt to smooth out the situation. But as it was a Playism employee, it was nobody's fault but our own, and we sincerely apologize for anyone whom that post may have offended, regardless of the specific reasons for which it may have offended you. At this time, however, this Japanese company has not reinstated this Japanese talent to this event. Still slated for September 25th at 3 a.m. Eastern. Kei-san would then address her audience, saying, I guess the result may not be the best, but let's put it aside for now. There might be a bit of a commotion coming on, but let's keep it all positive, guys. Good things and bad things both happen, but this world is still beautiful. The hearts of my members are beautiful. With a drink in my hand and a positive outlook, I'll continue doing my activities in a way that doesn't make you guys regret supporting me. And Playism has published a number of video games that many VTubers have been known to play, such as Fight Crab, the horror title Sugo no Hi, Idol Manager, and one of their biggest breakout hits being Omori, with the creator of this title, Omocat, going on to tweet out this illustration that they created of a certain cute dragon who we at Things VTubers Say will talk about in greater details in the very near future. Meanwhile, we now
So that's what's going on right now. Here's where I kind of have to say this right now. I do feel bad that let's put it this way. Kei-san didn't deserve to be removed from that event. But unfortunately, due to what happened, and I'm surprised that Hirohei hasn't reported on this situation. I'm surprised that a lot of other... let me go ahead and check if Hirohei reported on this. But the situation kind of escalated into where Kei-san was banned. For those who don't know who Kei-san is, she has a YouTube channel. She has been growing subscribers lately due to the fact that a lot of you guys don't realize a lot of people have pointed out that this is the alternate account of another VTuber in the past, because her content, and I remember, let me see if I can look up the history, because I did post a video of her talking, and this is actually Kei-san. This is the real life Kei-san, in case you guys want to know.
Maybe just a few more pets.
Well, you vaporized an outside contractor. That's your first strike.
Well, technically.
That is Kei-san. That's the real life Kei-san.
YouTube くんのせいでお菓子食べちゃった。これから運動するのに YouTube くんが悪い。YouTube くんが。
But there's also the fact that I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what she does, and this is pretty much what she has been doing for a long time. This is her.
Maybe just a few more pets.
I hate when this happens, because especially when they try to re-advertise this. This is Kei-san. I'm going to skip over to this.
本当だよ、アニメ参考にしたら確かにもう学校なんてもういろんな髪の色で溢れまくったよね。もう髪の毛赤とか青とか blue hair, red hair, yellow hair, green hair. Yeah, but in reality, we all have black hair. But in fact, if we dye our hair like this, which is, yeah, you guys know that, which is possible, if we dye it like this, it's gonna punish you hard. Teachers gonna punish you hard in Japanese schools. 日本では逆にね、アニメこんなんですけど、
So yeah, that's pretty much Kei-san's content right there. And the fact that it reminds you of someone, and I'm going to go ahead and type it in, because I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the hint of Kuryu Koko. That's pretty much what you would expect. Now, let's compare Kuryu Koko. Let me see here.
わからない場合はわかるふりしろって伝えたんですよ。
そう。はいはいはい、その通り。
I told Callie, if she doesn't understand what I'm saying in Japanese, just yeah. Look at her swinging.
Yeah, like
Just
dance.
act like you understand. なんか分かるふりしろっつったの。
Okay.
だ今ね全力でやってる。分かる。ほら。真似をさせられることを指したらしい。It says, but you are such a Chad dad.
Oh gosh, that is a deadbeat.
Deadbeat ですな。騒いでんね。そして every moment.
So, yeah, Kei-san does look cute. Like, that's Kei-san. But everyone found out that Kei-san is Kuryu Koko. And the fact that what happened to Kei-san was kind of sad, because they kind of attacked her on this whole situation. And a lot of people don't realize, you know, Kei-san happens to be slowly rising on the top of YouTube. And if you want to, you can go on Kei-san on Air. And also, this is her Twitter if you want to follow her. This is Kei-san on Air at Kei-san on Air. I highly recommend you follow her on that. This is the person that everyone suspects is Kuryu Koko. And the fact that what happened was that she sounds similar to Kuryu Koko, which everyone knows, wink wink. But of course, her content is similar to the classroom thing that she does, like the Southern English class thing with Kuryu Koko's content. A lot of people kind of suspect this is Kuryu Koko. And the fact that there are videos about this, and the fact that it's sad that she won't be attending the event at the Tokyo Game Show, considering that this happened. And I'm not going to try to disrespect her, because it's sad. And I hope, you know, because I want her to get more subscribers in support of this whole situation, because she deserves a lot of subscribers. She deserves a lot of simping right now. I'm just joking. But as far as I know, that's what's going on. And the fact that there's been a lot of talk about this. If anybody wants to go onto the Discord, I do have a Discord, by the way. I might link it. You can send a message to me on Twitter. I'll gladly send you a message. This is my that's my J2's not cool thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like, K-On is another anime that's not like overly sexualized, but the funny thing was they took down the toy of her. I forgot what's her name, that character's name on the piano. And they took down that one claiming that it was pedophilia, because it was basically a toy, and a lot of people don't realize, like, that series is kind of, like, really wholesome. And I watched a couple of episodes of this series, and I didn't think it was very sexualized. I thought it was really wholesome. K-on's actually a really good series, and that's another example of an anime that that's female centric, that doesn't over sexualize characters. And I remember there was this creepy fan base that really likes K-on. And the weird thing about it is that it was mostly males that liked this in Japan. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I remember this was another. Let me see if I can, because I remember looking at this tweet. I made a tweet comparison. This is like a random thing that I did here. View tweet activity, because I did view the engagement. No, because I made a post a while back, and I was like comparing two guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Let's see here, because I was like looking at it because I made a post. Oh, here. Yeah, but that kid suffers from a skin condition, and I do feel bad for this guy. But he almost looks like that character from Akira, and I was just like, wow, that guy definitely deserves to be in a movie. Oh yeah, they're talking about the Star Wars thing. That's another thing that I'm trying to avoid, but a lot of people are talking about the Star Wars, and Studio Trigger is trying to promote it as hard as they can because they want people to watch their animation. And I don't want to deny them because Star Wars Visions is coming out soon. And the fact that they want people to watch it, which is fine, because I want everyone to enjoy what they want to enjoy. I'm not advocating for that stuff. Oh yeah, they're re-releasing Panorama. I forgot what that anime was. It was Promare. So pretty much they are trying to make September 22nd, it's coming out. It's coming out tomorrow. So if you guys want to watch this, it's up to you. I'm not going to try to advocate for it, but I would like to see it. Okay, so let's see. Roguelike action, Metal Child. So Studio Trigger is launching a game coming out on Nintendo Switch. Cool. That's interesting. Let's see what else. At the same time, it doesn't have the taint of Disney Star Wars. That I can agree with on that level, because Star Wars kind of because they really want to make something like different. I guess they want to be creative about it. Like, I know that there is a fan base that I know that does, like, I remember talking to a buddy of mine that likes to watch Star Wars fan films, because they do have a lot of creativity in them. Oh yeah, I did watch Otaking. Otaking's actually a really good animator. I watched his rendition of R-Type. I actually did like that the R-Type movie that he did. He also did another one. I remembered. He tried to do. Let me see if I can look it up. Because right now, Otaking's like. I do follow Otaking. Like, this is his Twitter. He's been known to make those things, but I did like his R-Type animated movie. And I thought it was a really good rendition of it because he tries to make it all 80s and 90s, but at the same time, you know, he balances out what he does. Like right now, he's still streaming. He's actually doing his thing, having fun. But here's the thing, like oh cool, he actually does like the Macross Super Dimensional 3D. Like he's a big 80s anime fan in a way. Big 80s and 90s anime fan. Because you can tell by his style that he does, he definitely does know how to do it. And you can tell he puts a lot of effort into his work trying to do it. And this is a really good example of his work that he does. You can see right here that he does kind of mix the animation with 3D animation type of deal. Yeah, because that's the example of his work. Yeah. I did watch Votoms in the early 90s because even though it was made in the 80s, I watched it in the early 90s. It was broadcast on the international channel, aka Asian channel, but I don't think it's no longer around. It used to be on. It was in Texas though. They aired it on there a lot, and they also did air like Dragon Ball Z, like the Japanese version of it, a lot. Especially, I remember they tried to air GT in Mexico, and I remember they aired it there too. Well, oh, that's funny. He really. Yeah, Dirty Pair happens to be. I remember watching this because I remember there was a in Texas. I know in San Antonio they used to have this on cable access. It used to be aired, and it used to be hosted by Ben Dunn. He's like a comic book artist who did Ninja High School, and I recall that he was involved in that show. And he used to always air the fan subs of Dirty Pair and others, but it was like a kind of a short thing. And let me see, what else did they do? He also kind of showed some short movies here and there. Like, Ota King's kind of a really good animator. To be honest, that's Macross 7. Blue Bomber, yeah. Bomber. Most popular series I haven't seen, Naruto, One Piece, or something. My favorite, oh yeah, Dynamite. Okay, Macross Dynamite 7, which is like an OVA. Yeah, because I know that anime was actually an OVA series, and I actually watched the OVA. It was a really good OVA series. It's just I just didn't like the TV series itself. I like the OVA, but I watched the TV series and I thought it was okay. Wasn't the best, but it was okay. Burning Force, because that's what you like about Ota King. Like he basically likes to animate stuff. I can't believe that guy does that. Oh boy. But you can't blame him. Like he likes his anime. Yeah, when you watch God of High School fight animation, it actually really is good, but I like to see it a clean form without the motion blurs and shit, because it really does. I kind of do agree with you on that, because it does kind of hinder the quality of the animation when you try to turn it into something that needs to be a little bit more polished. I'm actually quite interested in Macross 7, to be honest. The Pacifist Mecha Pilot Guitar, yeah. I watched it. It's okay series. It's not like the best series ever made. I honestly think it was a good series. I recommend, if anything, check out the series if you want to, because it's actually an okay series. If you can't really get into it, because the problem is it's hard to find that series. If you want to, there's ways to finding it online, but it's kind of hard to find it. If you want to watch that series, it's online somewhere. I can't recommend anywhere, but you probably have to pirate it. But then again, it's hard to find that series. Let me see what else there is, because I'm trying to look for some interesting news, and the anime. I'm kind of disappointed, because I found out today from a source that it turns out there's an anime called Mother's Dormitory. Oh, let me see if I can look it up. Mother Goddess Dormitory. Let me see. Mother of Goddess Dormitory, and I found out that ended today. It's like it's an Inichi series that's kind of funny, but they ended the series and it's already completed. It aired. They already completed this series. It's kind of like a comedy and ecchi harem romance shonen, and I thought it was a really good anime. I managed to watch it. Let me see if I can look it up, because it's actually a really good series. It's actually hilarious to watch. Sorry. This is the series, The Mother of Goddess Dormitory. It's basically about like a 13-year-old boy who lost his home and his family abandoned him, and he manages to land a job at a dormitory that allows him to live rent free as long as he cooks and cleans, which he does in return for them. And it's sort of it's kind of a sort of a slice of life, but at the same time it's a comedy too, because he gets into situations with all the women in that house, and I thought it was kind of ridiculous. It was kind of perverted, but at the same time, you know, he's like a young kid who it's a really good series, and I highly recommend it. It's on High Dive, I believe, and they aired it, and it already ended, and I feel bad that it ended. It's actually a really good series. I believe they already dubbed a few episodes of this, and it's actually pretty good. But I found out it ended. I'm also kind of waiting for the next episode of another anime that's coming out. Let me see if I can look it up. I'm gonna have to switch out to because I don't want anyone to see. So I can tell you this, it's actually a really good series. I'm quite actually interested in Macross 7, to be honest. The Pacifist Mecha Pilot. Yeah, he is a Pacifist Mecha Pilot that basically does not want anyone to fight. He wants everyone to listen to his music type of deal. That's what he is. And I kind of forgot his character. I forgot the character's name because I watched that series following it, and it on fan sub releases that people made. And I thought it was hilarious anime. But at the same time, oh boy, that series was kind of crazy. So let's see here. Let's see if I could find it. Oh man, everyone's watching. Let's see. Oh, they really are going crazy over VTubers these days. Everyone's reacting to ID. Oh man. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, because I'm trying to find some good news about anime, because I've been looking up some anime, and I believe there's some news about anime, and I hate having to use Anime News Network, but I just don't like the reviews. No, hell no, I'm not interested in that. No, why are they doing this? Why now? No. My God. Why me? Why do we have to suffer for this? Hollywood Reporter posted a cast staff of a live-action film, Masumikada's Saint Seiya manga, Tuesday. As noted, the project titled Knights of the Zodiac is coming and wrapping production in Hungary and Croatia. The film stars Malaki Rue, Pacific Rim Uprising, Rodi Kenshin, Shibuya's final live-action Shibuya's film, centered reporter above, Madison. Oh God, no. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're making a Saint Seiya live-action series. I'm not kidding. This is kind of cringe, and I'm upset about this because this is not something I'm very fond about. Why did they do this? No. And now they came for the anime. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Mew Love Projection Malachi game Switch version delayed. I'm kind of excited about this because I do know that there's a visual novel game for this, and they are talking about Mew Love franchise. I know that there is a visual novel series for this, and I actually heard about this game, but they are making a video game of the Mew Love series. And the fact that they are describing this game as the set on Earth of mankind being steadily annihilated by alien invasion known as the Beta, Project Malachi lets you pilot tactical service fighter. Yeah, because it's actually Mew Love. And I can show you Mew Love is kind of a popular. I'll show you. This is Mew Love, by the way, and I'm going to show you the. That's what you'll be expecting, but let's see if I remember, because I know they have, because it's based on. It's also in somewhere around the same universe as Total Eclipse. Like the series itself is around that universe. It sort of does have Armored Core, but at the same time, they're fighting aliens. And this is it's based on Mew Love Alternative. And I seen this anime before. It's actually an okay anime. But sadly, they discontinued the series and left it on a cliffhanger. And I wanted to see the full series. But the problem was they discontinued the series. And the fact that they were trying to hype it up a little bit is no surprise. It is coming out with a new game, and it's actually going to be 3D. I did see the... let me see if I can look up the... Because this is the game itself from Project Macalal, whatever it's called. This is the gameplay for it. As you can see, that's the gameplay, sort of the gameplay of it somewhat. As you can see, they're trying to make it look overhyped. It's kind of has this RPG element to it. That's pretty much what it's doing. But it's still in the process of being made. It's still, and you can see that this is what they're trying to do with this game. Yeah, and it's interesting enough, but it's a shame that I'm gonna probably get my video taken down because of it. Because I know that whatchamacallit does not like anyone, because they would give you a copyright strike if you show it to them. But definitely, it's gonna come out on Steam. It's gonna be coming out soon, and that's something that I'm gonna hope to see. But it's rescheduled on October. There is a delay on this game. Speaking of Armored Core, thoughts on Daemon X Machina? Oh, I actually played that game. I actually played that on my Switch before. It's actually a pretty fun game. But the problem is that, like, the storyline, it was kind of confusing. And playing that was actually fun. But seeing how they're making a sequel to it is no surprise that I'm going to probably wait for it to come out. I might play it again. But I'm gonna have to buy a new memory card for that game because I have a whole bunch of collectors of games that I bought for a while back. I got to finish up playing those games. As much as I like to play them, it's not easy. I need to really get into playing my Switch a lot more. Considering I know that Daemon X Machina is coming out with another sequel. I'm going to probably hope it's going to be good because I know that Shoji Kawamori did the mecha designs for that game. And I hope he does it again because I do hope he makes another sequel. But I know that it doesn't have a lot of good reviews. I actually did put out one video of it playing the demo, and it was actually pretty fun. It was actually a really fun game. It took me a while to get used to the game itself, and I'm surprised it's also on. I definitely love Machina, but as if it's very much a love letter to Armored Core in a way that Macross and Lisner is. Yeah, it sort of is, but at the same time, you know, you have the mecha designer Shoji Kawamori in this. Like he you may know he's the guy who did Macross. He did the mecha designs. This is like one of his examples that he did. Like, he basically designed a lot of the stuff that he does. Like, you can tell he put a lot of work and effort into the mecha designing. Like, this is Shoji Kawamori for you. Like, he produced a lot of anime. You can tell he did Armored Core. This is a lot of the work that he did for Armored Core. Like, this is the mecha designs of Shoji Kawamori. Shoji is actually a really talented artist, and this is a lot of his work that he had done. Like, a lot of people don't realize he's responsible for all the mecha designs. Yeah, I do agree. He's kind of like Sid Mead in a way. I do agree. But he also did Optimus Prime. Like, I didn't realize he did that too. Modeled Optimus Prime Generation 1 Transformers, 1984, designer Shoji Kawamori. That is kind of what he did. And Transformer vlog figures. Oh boy, you can't help but look at mecha designs that they do. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Guyver X Ultra Suit. It looks like Gundam New in a way, but it's like a design of Gundam New, but it isn't. Oh yeah, that's that 3D anime that they try to do. Jeez. Jesus Christ. It's been a while. Man, it's kind of interesting to see this stuff. You can't help but look at mecha designs and mecha toys every time when you watch those things. Yeah, I do still use Twitter, but as much as I hate what Twitter's doing right now, it's kind of sad. And a lot of us who remember, it's kind of a situation to where people like to talk about this stuff. Let's look at somebody.
Designers of the Gundams mobile.
Let me see. Let me see here, because I know there's something. Oh man, You Love's kind of an interesting one. Crunchyroll stream Tank Top Destiny Fruit Evolution, the world's finest assassin anime. Battle game. Let me see. 86 sci-fi war anime new video highlights the new in June. Let's see here. What else? Top of second video review. Let's see. Opening. Character voices preview of Mappa's Madhouse anime premiere October 5th website. Let's look at this. I'm kind of curious about this anime because I'm... Alright, let's see what this anime is about. Let's look it up. Yeah, because I can't show you guys that. It's kind of a few seconds. I know that they're going to make a copyright strike on it. I'm definitely going to get a copyright strike. But you can see right here, this is the preview of it. This is a newly made anime, and they have the voice actors is in this. Oja Shoujo Sakura's creator, credited for the original work of YouTube Oto Granblue Fantasy Animation. Magical Lyrico no Vivid is directing the anime that Mappa and Madhouse. Kyoto Yoshida, Lion Barrel and God of High School handling the series scripts. Lime credited. Kyoko Yoshimura. I think he's more of a he's more short-lived on certain anime type of shows. He's good, but at the same time, you know, I kind of was disappointed in the series. He did do a couple episodes for those animes, but oh man, So this new anime that's called Take It Up anime second video previews opening song. Okay. That's interesting. Let's see. Oh, they're making El Shaddai. Okay, El Shaddai. Okay, so they're making that one. So they're making that game for the Switch port. I might buy that because I haven't been able to play that. I know it's on Sega Saturn and also it's on not Sega Saturn. PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I know that I had the Xbox 360 version. I haven't been able to play that. I wanted to buy that, but unfortunately that's not easy to find. So that's interesting news. I wish I could discuss this with everyone about this issue because this is becoming one of those situations to where people are pretty upset about this. And oh boy, it doesn't look good at all. Oh boy. For those who don't know, this is Luna. Amiyaya. It's kind of a Japanese guava idol, but she's I forgot how to pronounce it. Guava idol, and she posted this on Twitter. And for those who don't know, she did a few movies called Lust of the Dead. She did like one movie for Lust of the Dead. I think it was Lust of the Dead Part 4, Part 3. And she also did another one called Amazon Century or something like that. I forgot what it's called. It's hard to translate it, especially in Japanese. But it's actually a really funny thing. Like, she's posting this. Her new outfit, ladies and gentlemen. Translates to manager and me. That's funny. She's funny. Oh boy. I can't help but laugh at this because it's kind of funny how this whole thing kind of turned bad. Oh yeah, speaking of which, there's a new manga by Lim, and I forgot it was like the. Oh yeah, because they're trying to promote Common America, which is actually a really funny manga type of comic book that they're trying to create. It's on the Kickstarter that they're trying to do. They're trying to release Volume 4, and plus they're making an omnibus of support for it. And I do believe that they're trying to make a. I gotta buy that before it starts to come out. Because I really want to buy the omnibus of it, but it's going to cost me a lot of money just to get that. A physical copy of Common America and a physical copy of Volume 4, which I might just buy into because it's actually a really good manga. I actually bought the volumes for it. Yeah, I actually bought I think Volume 1. I wasn't able to get Volume 2 because I was in a bad situation with money. I kind of had to pay up some bills that I owe. I'm trying to right now I need to get my card up and running and invest into it because it's actually a pretty good manga / comic book series. For an independent comic book, it's not that bad. I might just buy Volume 2. I might just buy Volume 3. I know that there's an omnibus of this, so I might just buy the omnibus, which contains like Volume 1 through 4. Pledge and qualify for the following gifts based on it if you pay $40 or more out of it. Available in 5 countries, it comes in standalone hardcover format, extra durable, presented by 22 Sinswoop calendar. Okay, cool. I might just buy that. Since it's like $40. And there's only 14 left of that. I might just buy it. Because it's a very funny manga type of comic book. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Disney gives Jessica Rabbit a politically correct makeover. Fans are angry. So let's see here. Why are they so similar though? That's funny. Let me see. This is weird. Strange technique is wah. Are you all right? That hurt. I'm sorry. Do you remember what your grandpa said? Using the technique, he protected Hirikun from the monsters. In the middle of the day, that person's exorcism's strange use of technique appeared. That's funny. What kind of technique is that? In other words, any bad woman will unconditionally come to him. Whether Raduga likes the delinquent seems to be completely irrelevant. I need to read this manga. I really do. I'm kind of curious about this manga. Oh boy, this is kind of hilarious.
All is
Oh boy, this is hilarious. Might just read that manga. Yeah, because there's a lot of mangas that I might just read. But I'm surprised by this. This is kind of hilarious. Oh boy. Anyways, I'm gonna probably go because there's not much going on except maybe there's some drama with the anime community, and I'm not gonna try to start anymore. I know that there's a lot of people that hate that drama, that hate that stuff, and I'm gonna try to be nice about this as possible. And here's the thing: I wish everyone the best of luck with whatever endeavors they do. I know that if you really want your stuff to be noticed or anything like that, or talk about anything, go ahead and send me a line on Twitter. You may know who I am. You can send me a follow under JT is not cool. That's my Twitter handle. But I am known as GT the Latina X-Man as a joke. So anyways, guys, leave your thoughts down below. I gotta go. You guys take care. Bye-bye. Because I'm going to end this